Well, I could honestly sit here and rip this movie a new asshole if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So, okay, if I wanted to, and I know you guys love my rant videos, okay, and if you've watched this movie, okay, because I did have a few of you ask me to talk about this. If you've seen it, you're probably wondering why I'm not going to fucking rant about it. But I'm gonna explain why, okay? Because I do want to I do revolve my channel around defending most low-budget horror movies, okay? Not ranting on them. The ones I usually rant about, and you know this, are the ones that are fucking just stupidly fucking too long. For some reason, if it's a cocky director or producers or whatever who just want to fucking fill the screen with their attitudes, thinking they have a good story when it's a pile of shit, or it's lazily directed or terribly written. Those are the ones that I fucking rag on because they deserve it. You know what I mean? And it needs to be said. A lot of channels don't do that. But this movie, okay, like it's zero budget. Okay, like honestly, if someone gave this movie to me and said it was a production that a bunch of college students did for a project, I'd believe it, because that's kind of the budget that we're looking at here and the way it's filmed and the level of production. Really, I mean, they had zero budget. I don't know anybody who was involved in this movie. I haven't spoken to nobody. You guys asked me to talk about it, but just from what I saw on camera, they weren't working with a ton of cash. So anyways, but I will defend this movie a little bit, okay? I first of all, it's only an hour and 5 minutes long, all right? And so I sat down to watch this thing and I thought, okay, it's going to be fucking action-packed. It's only a fucking hour. You know what I mean? I'm always going on about pacing. But Jesus Christ, I never thought I'd say this about an hour-long movie. It felt too fucking long. You know what I mean? Like this, if they trimmed off, and I've said this before, fly me in and I will fucking edit your movie for you and I will make it banging, okay? Because all I do now, and it drives me insane, all I do when I sit down and watch horror movies is pick out pieces that don't need to fucking be in the movie. You know what I mean? And easily I could have trimmed off 20 minutes of fucking dialogue or scenes that just ran on way too long. Like this movie, okay, would make a good, like, you know, like a creep show style of episode. That's exactly what they should have been shooting for. And maybe they were, I don't know. Like, you know, it's always better to put your movie out there and hopefully the right person sees it, because God knows there's been a lot of short films put out there and they've been picked up by you know, bigger studios and made into blockbuster movies. And maybe they were doing for this as well, but I don't know, man. Like, what I'm seeing in front of me on the TV set could have been trimmed down easily by 20 minutes, easily, and made it into either a short film, which it almost is anyways, and then it could have been included in like an anthology series, or it would be perfect on Creepshow. The idea of this movie is there's a bunch of people hiding out in this house. I mean, this is an homage to Night of the Living Dead. Absolutely it is. But there's a bunch of people hiding out in this couple's house. The mom gets bit on the waist by a zombie that breaks in, and she has to make a decision because they've determined whether the time you get bit or scratched, you turn into a zombie right around the 2-hour mark, okay? And she's got to make a decision as to what she's going to do with her daughter. You know what I mean? Like, is she actually going to turn? Because they don't know this, because there's all this confusion going on, right? Because, you know, there was a gay couple in this house, and he got scratched, and that was about the time frame that he turned into a zombie. So, but they're trying to keep it as realistic as they can. And I mean, you don't know. One person's different than the other. One person may get, like, look at coronavirus. I mean, some people get it and don't even know they have it, right? So, I mean, really, this woman got bit, but she doesn't know if she's going to turn or not, but she has to look after her daughter. Okay, well, this style of movie drives me fucking insane, okay? Because, and it's the same as the asshole that was in the basement with his family in Night of the Living Dead. He's the antagonist. You know what I mean? He just seems mad at the world, and he's just a fucking prick. And I hated this Aaron character. I honestly did. I just fucking hated it. But as soon as she's bit, and these are supposed to be her friends, the first thing they want to do is fucking kill her. Throw her out of her own house, even though she let them in to protect them. The first thought in their head is to fucking throw her out of the house or fucking kill her. So now she's got to survive not only these zombies, but these bozo friends she has. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why? Why can we, like, I guess we have to have a movie. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, there's a dark basement down there. We shouldn't go into the dark basement. Oh, but we have to make a fucking horror movie, so we have to go into the dark basement. I mean, I guess it's the same thing here. Maybe this is their thought process, where if these friends now turned enemies because she got bit, you know, if we didn't have that, then we wouldn't have this movie, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. The way it was put forth, I really didn't appreciate most of it. Again, and this is hard for me to say, but again, for this hour-long movie, you easily could have trimmed off more and made it a short film. You know what I mean? And shopped it around for like a creep show episode or something like that. But I don't know, it just felt long. And I appreciate the effort that you put into it. Some of the acting was over the top, which kind of took me out of it too. This Aaron character, I mean, that was overacting tenfold there, man. Like, it was just, I don't know. I found it hard to get into this movie simply because of his character, and it just, I don't know. But there was some other acting too, you know, like some crying scenes and stuff like that sounded forced. And some of the dialogue, again, there's way too much fucking dialogue in this movie. It just seemed generic and not really thought out. And I don't know, it just kind of took me out of it. Now, I do like the idea, and I mean, I guess there's a little twist at the end, if you want to call it. Again, this is a huge homage to Night of the Living Dead. But, you know, I could feel for this woman. I did have feelings for her, what she was going through, trying to look after her daughter and protecting her from these fucking bozo friends that she had in this house that have now turned against her because she got bit. So I appreciated the idea of the story. I just didn't think it was written, you know, and put the film the best way it possibly could. And again, this is just my opinion. But at the end of it, you know, I didn't hate this movie. I'll never watch it again. And I am interested to see what this Ty Clay does in the future as far as directing movies and how they go about it with the writers and stuff. And I'd like to see more. I really would. You know, I guess this is like a practice run. He's got a couple other movies under his belt too, but yeah, I don't know, man. If someone put this in front of me and said it was like a high school or a college project, I'd believe it, because that's kind of what it felt like to me. But if you're using it as a stepping stone to get better, then I'm all for that. So I'm not even going to rate this movie. I just don't want to. But I am going to say watch it, just so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. Again, it's only an hour long. So, I mean, it's an hour. So give it a watch. It's out now. It's called When the Fever Breaks. Again, thank you all for asking me to talk about this flick. I don't know if you suggested it so I could do a rant video. I kind of feel guilty that I'm not ranting about it, but I could just tell that the effort was put into this movie. It just, the way it unfolded on camera, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. But the effort was there. Even the zombies and the I mean, there's really not a lot of gore in this movie, but when there is gore, I mean, it's done properly for the zero budget that they had to work with. So I can't even knock them for that. So, and why would you? You know what I mean? Like this, they're trying their best. You know, again, and I've said this, I'm going on too long now, but the movie went on too long. This is a short film. It's a 30-minute short film, and that's all it is. And they extended it out to an hour, and I never thought I'd hear myself say this, that an hour movie is too long, but it's just the dialogue which this movie revolves around is just, it's just not that well written, as much as I hate to say that. So, but anyways, okay, I'm going to stop there. When the Fever Breaks. Thanks again for asking me to talk about this. If you have other movies you want me to talk about, feel free to send them over or message me on Facebook. All my contact info is in the description box below, guys. And yeah, check it out. And until next time, stay scared.